let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about how it happens, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. All right, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel. Of course, tell some friends. Give me the Art Defines really thumbs up like so I say hey, and of course follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram. Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, in this video we're going to talk about how it happens. And you know me, the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis. Help you naturally raise your testosterone, your HGH. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor. I'm here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about how it happens. And I know this might have sounded really out there, like, what do you mean it happens? And of course, what it comes down to is, what happens? Shit, sometimes. And that's right, hitting you right off rip with a Forrest Gump analogy, because sometimes when you're going through the flow of your day, sometimes things are just there to kind of break the way that you're going. And I'm all about keeping you flowing, because you know me, I follow that Wu-Wei flow, the path of least resistance. You don't have to necessarily do something in a specific order. It's just getting it done with the maximum benefit while keeping yourself, calm and cool. And sometimes, things can happen to kind of, throw a monkey wrench into the mix. And that's what I'm dealing with today, you know what I mean? And I'm here to tell you about, looking at the bright side of everything that you do. Because essentially everything that you're doing is for your own growth. And you always gotta give that gratitude every day for that breath that you got. You know me, before the feet hit the ground every day, you know the sound. Go ahead, take this breath. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful. And that's what we're going with. That's what we're growing with. No matter what, you got a shot if you got a breath. And you got to remember that no matter what the day throws at you along your way, you always got to come back to that breath, recalibrate, and understand that you got a shot today. You are beautiful. Don't let anything, throw you off kilter or anything. Just understand that you're going to get it done. And I know that might seem impossible until it's done, but nonetheless, you just got to know it. All these, whatever it is minute to the bigger picture. And when we're talking about benefiting yourself, we're talking about, growing your penis bigger, naturally raising your human growth hormone and your testosterone. All this stuff is about manifesting a better version of you. And in order to do that, you got to be cool. You got to have the calm. You got to have the clearness. You got to be the giant that we are. We're talking about head in the clouds. You know what I mean? We're talking about, that huge piece of meat, swinging at the knees, strapping at the pecs, making you your best, not worrying about the little gremlins at your feet, and of course, not stomping on any of your friends' houses or anything. It's about, not letting anything touch you, because your head's up here. And that's what we're talking about. You know me, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear, and that's what it all comes back to, no matter what. No matter what kind of thing is thrown your way, what kind of fork in the road, whatever analogy and metaphor you want to throw at this, you essentially got to take the path that just makes you understand that this is all for your own growth, and you got to keep your cool no matter what. And I know that might sound hard when you're in the mix, but just remember, you come to that breath, understand that you're going to do something beautiful. You will prevail. And you always got to change the perspective on your situation no matter what. Because, it might sound like, how is there a bright side of anything? There always is. Because you got to understand, there's a two-way street, a three-way, four-way, five-way. I don't know. There's countless ways of what this stuff is doing throughout the day. And you just got to pick the positive side of everything that you're doing. There's no need to get lost into the mix of anything that's trying to bring you down. And like I always say, even like when we're talking about diets and fitness and fads and all this, everything's correlated regardless. Because I'm just thinking today, like, you know, at one particular time, eating a lot of butter was no good, and now it's one of the best things that you can have. And it's just funny because if you get behind the positive camp on something, the positive group, they said that, you know, the fats and this and that are really good for your muscle, it's good for your appetite, it's good for, you know, making you grow. Or you can be on the other, you know, the other side of the coin where it's like, this is cholesterol, this is that. It's all about where you stand and where you're at, because you're the one that's essentially going to make the choice. Like I say, all truths are true. You just got to find the ones to make you. So don't get lost in the whole mix of what you got going on today. Just always understand that it's always for your own growth. Go ahead and write that down. It's all for my own growth, and you don't have to get lost into the message of, you know, what's going on throughout the day. Because essentially, when you're putting good into your body and you're doing all these practices, you know, which can be taught more hands-on in the PCC. We're talking about masturbation for manifestation. We're talking about edging, Kegels, super edging, my, you know, super techniques that can definitely help incorporate more size and more growth along the way. We're talking about things that have been out beyond me, that are just manifested through me, continuously ongoing and showing to make you a better version of what you can become. And that's what this is all about. You want any help, you really get at me in a BCC, drop me a line, an email, anything that you want to discuss. I do Skype sessions, online coaching. And like I'm saying today, it doesn't matter about your schedule. It doesn't matter about what gets thrown into the mix, because you essentially can change anything at any given time. And if I could change, you could change. Everybody could change. I just had to go with it, man. Rocky IV line, you know me, whenever I get the setup for it, I gotta just go ahead and grab it, because you know me, the smile is divine, it's made inside the mind, and any type of movie that I can watch that just reminds me of a good time always anchors me to that beautiful feeling of just love and light. And that's what we all are anyways. And I always feel like no matter what, like we're just taking a detour from that feeling, and that's kind of like one of the life lessons that we got going throughout the day and throughout our way. Just don't get lost and twisted under the ship that never comes back to the happiness, because you don't want to be a bitter person. I mean, that's no good for nobody, you know what I mean? So you got to calibrate where you're at. That's why you always got to step it back, see how you're feeling. Are these thoughts helping me out? Are they putting me down? And if you're being put down, you know, it will put you down, it will put you down to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody's gonna hit as hard as life. That's right, Rocky VI. Had to get another one in. You know me, man. I love to get anything to just keep you on your toes and understand that that's what you got to do, man. We're talking about not granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel, you know me, getting that energy always going. You know what I mean? Fast and the Furious analogy. Why not? You know what I'm saying? What it all comes down to is you got to calibrate yourself throughout the day. You got to keep yourself a clear conduit for growth. You can't be all clogged up when, you know, put down with all these little Mickey Mouse issues that are keeping you there. You know, that's all they are at the end of the day. If it's not for, you know, if it's not something that is really making you smile and it has nothing to do with, you know, your own benefit of just being the best version, then you gotta just go ahead and just let it be. You know what I mean? Of course, there's things you're gonna have to take care of. You know what I mean? And just don't let it beat you down. You know. And you're gonna just remember this: you will always get it done. Just don't underestimate yourself, and don't get all frustrated like, oh my God, deadline, this, that. Just relax and just come back to it. Always take a breath. Sometimes you gotta take a nap on it. Sometimes you gotta walk away. Whatever you gotta do, just don't get lost into the whole, you know, mix of being spiraled down into just doing nothing, because that ain't gonna get you anywhere. I can guarantee it. And we're talking about keeping your mind clear, and that's all what growth really has to do with, because, you know, you don't want to be down on yourself. The most happiest people, you know, we're talking about, in order to have an erection, you got to be calm, you got to be cool, you got to be able to just let it flow, to let it grow. And these are the things that you ought to know. And when you're like a bitter person all day, that's no good for nobody, and that's just going to get in your own way and your own, you know, it's just not going to help you out today. I'm here to help you know that you're a beautiful person as is. And the more that you start loving yourself, the more that you start realizing that it's all for your own benefit, your health, your wealth, yourself. It's all correlated. So no matter what leg of the day you're working on, it's all helping you incorporate and manifest anyway. So don't forget that. So you don't gotta get lost like, oh man, I gotta go do, you gotta go do. Obviously everybody's gotta handle, go get your paper, boo boo. Hey, boo boo, gotta get those picnic baskets. I'm getting you a Yogi Paraline. You know what I'm doing. But all I'm saying is you just gotta make sure that you're not getting lost onto the the things that are bringing you down. Because everything that you're doing, you are beautiful. Start within. You gotta start loving yourself today. Don't go around with a pity party, because that's no good for nobody. Some people like to live in pity, and I just always Mr. Mr. T. Pity the fool, you know what I mean? That's right, Clubber Lane, Rocky 3. We had to just go with another one. Just don't go around in pity all day, man. You really got to keep yourself smiling no matter what's coming your way, because beautiful things are always coming. Be open for a miracle today. Miracles always happen. You ought to count your blessings, because blessings are always there, man. And you got to understand that, don't miscount the little miracles that we get every day, because the big ones are always along the way, and you got to be into that receptive mode to understand the grow. And when you're just looking at it like, yeah, whatever, you know what I mean, you got to give appreciation to what you got. And that's how you know that you got a shot. And that's why every breath that you got is a beautiful thing and a testament to why we're alive. You got that heart that's pumping. You know what I'm saying? We're going to the Matrix hack. You know how I got to talk about this? You know how it goes? Talking about the chakra system anyways, because essentially if we're going that whole esoteric route, the scientific route, like I say, I don't discredit science, but I don't discredit magic, and I definitely don't discredit love, because the power of love is real. That's right, Huey Lou in the news. Had to give you another one, but what we're going with today is what I'm always about saying. No matter where you're at, you see somebody on the phone, you see even somebody on the Instagram that you might not particularly like for some reason, whatever comes to your mind, instead of intending on, instead of whatever thought that is, whatever it may be, like I say, if you see somebody across from you at the gym or whatever it is, just intend on that soul, that person, to have a beautiful day, feel love in some kind of way, and you go along your day, and you hack the matrix. You make this world a better place, because essentially everybody out there is a reflection of you in some kind of way. And whenever you're intending on somebody to have a beautiful day, you're really intending on yourself to have a beautiful day. Whenever you're loving somebody else, you're really loving yourself, but you got to start within in order to get it back. You know what I mean? Because you start with here and you become that magnet of just having everything come to you, because you are love, because we are all love energy. And when you're going out there and you're spreading love, you're essentially doing, you're doing the right thing for everybody else. You're changing your whole picture and surroundings around you, because you're filling the room with love. You're filling the space. And that's what this all comes down to today. You know me. And like I say, if you come with energy, you come with love, you can do no wrong. And you know what? Might as well get it pumped up real quick, because I always got to get a quick pump in here just to reiterate and let you know that the grow is real, and you can always grab energy at any given time. Doesn't matter about how much sleep you got, what you ate, what you did today. All that matters is that the energy field is there for you to hack into. Understand that there's magic around you, that we are all miracles, we are all divine. Don't forget one of my favorite mantras to say: I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. So go ahead and say that throughout the day if you just want to get pulled up into a better place. It's something that will definitely help yourself out. But what we're talking about here is that mind and muscle connection, putting your mind into the size, and size is the prize. And that's a beautiful thing, because you got to understand what Paramahansa Yogananda says, the one that wrote the autobiography of a yogi. Yeah, that's right. Steve Jobs read his book, and Steve Jobs says, the people that think they're crazy enough to change the world are the ones that do. And Paramahansa Yogananda says the mind is the wielder of muscle. And what that means is it's your mind that puts it into the size. And even Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he's talking about getting the pomp and coming, you got to be aroused, and you got to believe in what you got, and understand that you got a shot, and understand that you are the magic. So whenever you got to get one last rep out at the gym, go ahead and scream this if you can, or just scream it in your head and just scream and say, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh, yeah, getting lit 2020. Not letting anything get in the way of the growth. And that's how we flow. Look at that huge, juicy pump. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. For that, I'm gonna crack one open for you. So I say salute. You know me. You gotta get your reward at the end of the day. You know, every dog needs his bone, like Jason Momoa says. So I say salute. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. You gotta love that. And like I said, man, I don't condone the use of alcohol. I don't condone the use of drugs, but I don't condone the use for you not being you. And sometimes people need some stuff to get through the day. And, you know, when you put a reward, reward after you accomplish something, either way, it's something that makes you feel great. And when you're feeling great, you're feeling beautiful. And when you're doing something that's making you do this, you're doing something right. But if it's not, that's where we calibrate, and we got to do something else to make you feel all right. So regardless, like I'm saying, man, find something for you. No matter what kind of problem you might see that gets in your way today, understand that it's all for your own growth. Always be on the positive side, no matter what. And that's what's going to help you get through all this, I promise you. So with that, I feel that we're going to close this beautiful segment on a huge, juicy pump. You know how we're saying, you know what I mean? Like Rocky Balboa says, so make sure you ring the bell. Make sure you're following me on my social media. Check out my kids, C, taking care of the neighborhood. My wolf and my bear are always here. 2020 growth. We got a whole bunch of beautiful things coming along the way. Like I say, hit me up, drop me a line, and we can definitely help you, put something together. Just want you to know that I love you guys. 10 on you guys to spread some love today, make beautiful things happen. I'll be seeing you on the next one. Peace.